Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chi-Town Sports Podcast. It is Brad Hughesby, your host. No podcast today. We'll be back with one soon. But today we got some Notre Dame football recruiting to talk about. Pretty sure I made a video after Deion Colsey committed and then Jaden Thomas the same week. But the 2021 class is far from over. Titusville Keatimala, the wide receiver DB from Iwo Beach, Hawaii. Kahuna Kia from Honolulu, Hawaii. Theron Johnson, DB from Indianapolis. Maybe even making a late push for Dante Thornton Jr. Doubt that will happen, but you can only hope. In this episode, we're going to be talking 2022 prospects. Haven't been doing that. Been sticking to 2021. But today we're going to expand a little bit. We're probably going to get some. Notre Dame hasn't had a 2022 commit since Nolan Ziegler, which was back in late August, I believe. Don't have that pulled up in front of me, so I can't give you the exact date. And Joey Kinona a few weeks before him. But really quickly, I just want to say thank you for the recent support. Ben and I both appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that. Let's start with 2021. Titus has been a prospect for a while. Tom Lloyd put in a 7 confidence crystal ball for him a while ago. This is August 14th, and I think most people watching this will be watching this in August. But nothing's really came of it since. Michigan's amped up the heat. Arizona State has as well. They push from Maryland, Cal, Utah, UCLA, and Hawaii's been persistent, but I'm not going to say I'm locked on him. Just because Tom Lloyd is doesn't mean I am. I'm more locked on Kia, the top 1,000 linebacker from Hawaii. I like him a lot. He's a little undersized. Don't know if he'll ever start, but he reminds me of Jack Kaiser. They're small, undersized, but they're gritty. They love the game. They're focused, determined, good kids, good students. So I think Kahuna Kia could be a great pickup. Titus, I think it might be a signing day coming. Say regular, but all these kids sign early now. But yeah, Sunday's coming up. It's about 2 months away, so that'll be exciting for sure. David Albiara, not sure if he'll sign with the class, but I think everyone else I'm pretty solid on. Philip Riley decommitting was a big blow, though. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of wraps up the 2021 guys. There's actually, other than Theron Johnson, a DB that Notre Dame could flip from Pittsburgh. Gotta figure out who he is, though. I'm in the Rivals message board, and someone was talking about it. I did a little bit of research, and I was liking what I was seeing, so I'm pulling up the message board here. And, Alright. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, committed to Pittsburgh a few months ago, so he's not been a long time commit. Dang. Don't see it. Alright. Well, there we go, I guess. Sorry, that just wasted a lot of the show. We're live, so I can't really edit that out. I would, but let's talk 2022, guys. At least from off the top of my head. Big targets: Billy Scrouth, Zach Rice, Seb Cheeks, Tyler Morris, Caleb Brown. All really talented guys that Notre Dame is looking to land. Shoot. Turn this whole thing up, I'm sorry. I just want to say Damani Jackson, the 2022 California kid that goes to Notre Dame, might be. I have just an incredible amount of. I see an incredible amount of potential. I think this kid is going to be the next stud. Love his film, athletic, knows the game well. It's looking like he might be going to USC, LSU, one of those schools. Plays linebacker, can play a little bit of safety. I think Notre Dame is offered, but I don't. He's coming to Chicago for a few camps. And he says he's going to try to come over to Notre Dame. But I don't think he's a Notre Dame kid. And I doubt he ends up ever attending the University of Notre Dame. That's how 2022 though. We have 3 commits: Joey Tonona, Jack Nickel, and Nolan Ziegler. Nolan Ziegler, big time kid. He's moved up the ranks since Notre Dame offered. Michigan was in pursuit. Jack Nickel, I'm not a huge fan of him, I'm not going to lie. He's a high 3-star. I don't think he deserves that. But Black, he's only a junior. He's only a year older than me. Joey Tonona, big fan of his. Needs to add a little bit more weight, and he'll be there already as a junior, which is nuts. He's already at 295, 6'5", from Zionsville, Indiana, which is pretty close to South Bend. So, big fan of his. He matched up well against Blake Fisher last Friday night in their high school game against each other. Zach Rice, I like him in Notre Dame. In an article, he said Notre Dame is probably his top scorer right now, and I think we need to close in on him in the right. And I think they need to be. I'm a big fan of his. Will we land a 5-star than him? I don't think so. Could we land a 4-star if that moves up to that? Maybe. Jalon Walker reminds me of Jeremiah Usu-Kamara a lot, like him. With Caleb Brown or Tyler Morris if we land them, even Seb Cheeks, maybe. No prospects I really think will end up committing and choosing Notre Dame. Xavier and Wongpa. He's from Des Moines, Iowa. High 4-star, ranked 126th in the nation on 247 as a kid. I like him. End up in this class. Nicholas Singleton, top 3, looking like ND, Ohio State, Penn State. He's from Reading. Penn State's, I think, fallen off. Not really sure why. But when I've heard Penn State's fallen off this list, and Ohio State's probably first right now. I like Notre Dame in this recruitment, but I'm not locked on this, as we all know what happened with Will Shipley. He's not a super high-ranked kid. Notre Dame could offer other running backs, but not getting a running back in the 2021 class is going to be big. Sherry Chris Tyree 2022. Kyron Williams is only a sophomore. So we're going to have 2 more years of Kyron, probably as maybe 1, maybe 3. Well, I think Kyron might elect. If Kyron plays like he's playing right now the whole season, I think Kyron might elect to go, and then Chris Tyree as a second-year freshman. He's gonna have that opportunity to come play right away, just like Chris Tyree did. Billy Scrouth and Seb Cheeks are ranked right next to each other. 150. Seb Cheeks is ranked. Billy Scrouth is 151. I think these kids both deserve to be ranked higher, especially Sebastian Cheeks. I think Sebastian Cheeks should be ranked top 120. I like him a lot. We'll have to see about that. I think he's a big-time Notre Dame target, and I think he'll end up committing. I think he'll join this class. Billy Scrouth, talented kid. He's in Wisconsin's backyard, though. Michigan, Ohio State have turned up the heat. Wants to go see some schools down south, too. I don't blame him. I like Notre Dame here. Just going over the list. See if there are any more. Not off the top of my head. Jake Pope is a safety that Notre Dame's been looking at. Not ranked out of 2022 kids, but will probably end up being a 3-star or a very high 2-star. Grant Bingham is a 6'6". O-tackle. He can play some O-guard. He's from Johnson Central in Paintsville, Kentucky. That's a cool name. Jake Taylor from Bishop Gorman. Mid 4-star, ranked 276 on 247. He's a big Notre Dame target. DeMar Alston, ranked 262, big Notre Dame running back target. If we don't get Singleton, I think we're going to be going after Alston, along with a bunch of SEC schools down there in Georgia. And Steve Angeli, the Bergen Catholic pro-style quarterback. He's a very high 3-star. This kid's good. I like him a lot, and I think he'll move up. Fluid arm, can sling it too. I like Notre Dame there. His older brother's good friends with Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson grew up there. Reportedly, Nelson's recruiting him, which I'd love to hear. So I like Angeli there to come to South Bend for Bergen Catholic, New Jersey. I think that's going to end the podcast, or I should say recruiting update. Honestly, if I were to have one guest, it'd be John from Always Irish or Mike Sander. I just want to say this really quick because I was thinking about this last night while I was falling asleep. I always think hypothetical thoughts. Not really sure why, but I think most people do. Comment if you do. But Mike Singer has been covering recruiting for a while. I think he's in his mid-30s. He's done a tremendous job covering Notre Dame. He's done it for the past year and a half. He did it right after Buck committed last spring. Buck is Tyler Buchner, if you did not know. And he's just a great reporter. He's a great dude. I message him on the message board probably 2 or 3 times a day. Responds 90% of the time. Patrick Angle's also on there, but Patrick Angle is more like the football team, which I read, but I'm not going to comment. I more comment on recruiting, if you know what I mean. I'm more interested in the recruiting because I know where Notre Dame is. And sure, if it's Clemson week, if it's the playoff week, if it's the bowl game week, I'll be reading those articles more. For the time being, I've been reading a lot of Mike's stuff. He's more the recruiting guy, and he grinds. He visits these kids' games, gets interviews with them, gets practice clips, game clips, especially down south in Georgia. Been to Jack Nichols' game, Kane Barong, Damari Olston, Deion Colsey, Jaden Thomas. Trying to think if there are any more. He went to the Zionsville Avon game with Blake Fisher and Joey Tenona, so we've seen those two. Saw Stephen Angeli practice. It's 8. And he said he might be making the trip to go see Prince Collie in Tennessee. So, love that. He also saw Philip Riley, which is kind of interesting because Philip Riley decommitted, but regardless, still pretty cool. Gonna end it there, about 15 minutes through. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Maybe later today or tomorrow we will have a podcast with Ben. It's been prolonged. We haven't had a real podcast like we usually do in a week and a half, which is probably the longest we've gone without one. Of course, we had the fabulous interview with Dave Rebson of the Big Ten Network. But we need to get Ben and I's old podcast going. So I'll let you guys know when we get that. I hope you'll watch the video and you'll see us there next. Everyone have a great day. Like, subscribe, share. Peace.